Hello, my name is Andrew Fung, and for my CSC 101 final project, I covered the technology innovation known as cybersecurity. With the use of HTML, I was able to write in all of the information necessary to thoroughly cover this topic, which included proper formatting and structure of my responses, as well as images that I used. As you can see in the HTML code of the cover page of my website. Moreover, I use CSS to internally and externally style several aspects of the font, dimensions, and other visual features of the content in my web pages, such as the header and footer of my web pages. For example, this is how I imported my external style sheet onto each of the pages, such as impacts and effects. And then within that external style sheet, I formatted the background color of any text that was in the body. I formatted the direct type of font, color, and alignment of text within any of my H1 headings, H3 headings, or any text written within the paragraphs and additional content. Now, on my cover page, you can see my previously created logo, banner, and animation. While using Pixlr, I used different layers and pictures that displayed my computing innovation to create my logo and my banner. With that being said, when creating my animation, I used EasyGIF.com to animate a collection of pictures, which included my logo, as shown right there, a picture of myself, and another picture related to my website's topic of cybersecurity. Now, within my final presentation, I'll be going over the benefits of cybersecurity, as well as a bunch of the harmful online and cyber attacks that it battles against on a daily basis. As we go to the first page of my table of contents purpose, we can take a look at the various ways that cybersecurity is used on a small and global scale. On the right, you see a picture of cybersecurity in a global aspect and how it plays a role in society if it were to be mapped out with the internet and other mobile applications. On the left, this is a picture of standards that are expected with the use of cybersecurity and the implementation, such as the efficiency of processes when using applications where cybersecurity can take an effect, as well as users being able to use new products and services without worry that their information will be stolen. Transitioning into the next section are the effects and impacts of cybersecurity. This picture on the left side shows the types of cyber attacks and the ways in which they can damage society as a whole, physically, economically, breaches of security, and even psychologically. About a couple of months ago, I generated a survey that contained a handful of questions concerning cybersecurity, which covered how much familiarity the survey participants had with the topic, as well as how much the innovation affects their daily lives and the lives of their peers. After gathering the results of 18 survey participants, the graph on the right shows how much they believe that cybersecurity has affected society on an overall basis. After downloading the results of that specific question as an image and uploading it as an image to my website, it was shown that the large majority of survey participants believe that cybersecurity has had an immense impact on society, as indicated by the large number of responses of a 4 and a 5, which are the highest on this scale. Now, moving forward, I interviewed Philippe Sanchez, a fellow computer engineering student at the University of Rhode Island, to see how cybersecurity affects his life in and out of the classroom, and we can take a look at that interview right now. How does cybersecurity affect your life?
I think it affects my life. Like when I'm using Sakai, like I feel like it protects my information, like the files I upload to my, especially from my laptop.
How do you think cybersecurity can be improved?
I think it can be improved by using a VPN, because I think it's gonna protect you from like potential hackers and like all your information through VPN. And I think it's getting popular.
So this video of an interview with Felipe Sanchez was created with the recording from my mobile phone, and then it was edited in WeVideo to add in title slides, music, transitions, and other essentials. As shown at the end of that video of my interview with Felipe Sanchez, it is apparent that cybersecurity is used on a daily basis for anyone making financial transactions. As shown by Philippe when he inputted his PIN, that is the type of information that can be stolen unbeknownst to him and other unsuspecting victims. When transactions are made with ATM cards, debit cards, credit cards, and things of that nature online, it is one's hope that cybersecurity will protect that information, but it is not always the case. At the end of my response to prompt C, I added in a YouTube video of a TED Talk from William Agresti, a professor from Johns Hopkins University, where he talked about the importance of cybersecurity as well, which was embedded through YouTube. Now, in my next response, I talk about the effect that cybersecurity has when it comes to politics all around the world, including very clearly in America with reported hacking attempts from Russia, data breaches with Facebook, and other unfortunate events such as these. Now, on the graph in the bottom right of this page, it shows the amount of spending that has been used to implement cybersecurity. And as you can see, it's increased on an annual basis. Now, on this next page, technical aspects of my innovation. At the beginning, I write about the ways in which users can interact with cybersecurity, which nowadays is popular to use things such as virtual private networks known as VPNs, which was something that Philippe referred to. And on this picture to the left, this shows the basic breakdown of a VPN, the branch, home user, mobile user, and headquarters. And also, users have the possibility of enabling firewalls, using private servers, and things of that nature. Overall, cybersecurity incorporates algorithms and programming more than anything of the big ideas, as I clearly indicated with this picture, with algorithm being the biggest word. Using the algorithms and programming, it is expected that the software that cybersecurity companies use will be able to protect one's information, and that the code will be well thought out, well tested, and ultimately be efficient. So it'll be modular and easy to be edited going forward. Next up, my innovation for my final project of cybersecurity plays a role in the input, output, and transformation of data. Once data is inputted, it is anyone's expectation that their data will be safe. However, that has not always been the case, as indicated by healthcare facilities that have gone on to say that some of their records have been stolen, misused, or lost. And then when data has been outputted out online and then transmitted through means such as email, cybersecurity is expected to protect all the information that is sent through that email. And finally, the data that is present online can be altered by people to change the modularity of it. This picture on the left indicates data online and how cybersecurity can protect it. Now, overall, moving on to the last prompt, the biggest data security concern when it comes to cybersecurity, in my opinion, is the protection of all private and confidential information. And that plays a role once more in the realm of financial transactions. Some examples that I wrote about on the website are people who fall victim to online scams, such as things where situations where they think they can make themselves more money or donate to a good cause, but in reality, those exact websites are nothing more than an illusion of sorts, and that is how people's data ends up getting stolen. Now, finally, these are the 4 references and sources that I use to provide supporting information and evidence for some of the responses to the prompts on my website. For the most part, my 2 most useful references were an article from TechTarget written by Margaret Rouse, which gave me a general overview of cybersecurity as well as the elements that make up cybersecurity, a bunch of the threats that cybersecurity combats, and then also a New York Times article which provided a bunch of statistical data on victims that don't put cybersecurity to good use, the hiring of former hackers by the government for their own positive use, as well as the amount of jobs that are currently available in the cybersecurity field. For more information, please visit my website at this website address.